for those who are new in the business and those who are stuck. Let's take both together. Those who are stuck and those who are new. Well, let's take those who are new. What advice do you have for them?
Okay,
then those who are stuck.
All right.
Yes.
For the new ones, this is my advice. Try as much as possible to be focused. You must remain focused in this business. When I do my orientation for newcomers, I tell them, you must establish your why before you start. There must be a reason for any action you want to take. Make sure you establish your why, because your why will stand as your motivation. When you remember your why, you will know that there is something that you have not gotten yet, so you don't quit. You remain focused to it. Just like the way you go to school, secondary school, rain season, dry season, sun, all the problems strike, you don't quit. You wait until you get your school cert. This is how you pick out your why. I am doing this, and I tell people, when you want to pick out your why, don't just say, my why is I want financial freedom. You know what is financial freedom? It is too large for you to explain. You cannot define financial freedom because financial freedom is relational. Yeah. So what you just do is, oh, I want to build a hospital. And if Longreach will be paying me well from my efforts or my team's efforts, then I will use the money to build a hospital. And this is why I want to come into this business. Establish it. The moment you say that, then you start working towards it. You start building from 500 naira bonus to 1,000 naira bonus to 2,000 naira bonus to 3,000 naira bonus to 4,000 naira bonus to move from Diamond 1 to 2, from Diamond 2 to 3. You don't just come in and say, I want to be a star director. Stop it. That is not really, you are just, dreaming. That is not a realistic goal. You have to build a smart goal, a goal that is achievable. So when you get that why is what you will start with. Then tag on to your leader. Look at the hierarchies of leader in your team and tag on to the one you feel you are confident in. It could be your grand upline. You could have a private talk with him that, look, I have watched and observed this business and how things. I like to be under your tutelage. Then, if he agrees to be paying attention to you, then you must follow foolishly. Why following foolishly? If you follow foolishly, it means wherever he goes, you go. Every leader, I'll just confess to you, every leader in this business wants to climb. And because they want to climb, they try as much as possible to keep to the rules, which says you must have two people, one in your right hand, one in your left hand, for you to move to the next level. So as you are leaving that space, two people are taking over. So try as much as possible to walk into it and follow them foolishly. When I say follow them foolishly, they may want to engage you in making you see far by putting you on their shoulder. Don't see it as labor. Don't see it as hard work.
Deep. This is deep, guys.
When your leader, who you are following foolishly, calls you, Ebuka, please, you will go to Aba for me on Saturday to go and deliver a presentation. Hey, I don't know what to say. I've not achieved anything. No, far. We didn't achieve anything before. We are talking to billionaires and millionaires in the hall. You say, hey, so please, you give me some tips. I say, oh yeah, no problem. Your leader will always give you tips on how to address them, so long he knows the audience you are going to face. He knows your capacity before he's sending you, but you don't know. As long as you obey, you may achieve 50% of what he wants. He is happy with it. Next one, before you know it, people want to associate with people who know road. You don't send somebody a message who does not know road in the afternoon. You go and send a message in the night. So it is the man that knows road in the afternoon that you will send message on that same road in the night. So when he starts developing you, taking you to see far, he is expanding your capacity and capability. He's showing you the right path. This has become a constraint to so many people who want to grow. They don't want to follow foolishly. If you obey your leaders, if your leader say, do this, come online on so and so time, share this thing, share it. He knows what he's saying. Do you know the importance of sharing something your leader has posted? When you share something your leader has posted, somebody calls and say, do you know that person? Say, yes, of course, he's my leader. The person comes and registers with you because he knows that with you, he can get across to that person. That is all.
Yes.
Isaac Newton said, if I could see further, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants. You don't come into a conference and start talking. You first of all hold on and start listening to what they are talking about. After knowing what they are talking about, before you contribute your own. And that is how the business is. Those who know the road, follow them. Do what they say. No leader wants to mislead his team member. Never, not in this platform. Because if you follow them, you will be climbing with them. And in this business, nobody loses. Everybody achieves that destination 5-star. Why? Because they did not stop movement. Just keep moving. Like Martin Luther King Jr. would say, if you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, just roll. Keep moving. Just keep moving, because before 2-3 minutes, you have covered some few distance. Don't give up.
That's true.
You must invest in your personal development at a very early stage in this business. Don't be stingy to your business. If you are setting up a business in Balogun market, you will definitely pay for shop. You will paint the shop. You will set it up. But in this business, we don't have that opportunity to spend all those much. So you must have what is called working capital. It's a business. You must take it as a business. You must treat it as a business. You must, first of all, invest in yourself. And you look out for those key indicators you need to be able to promote your business well. You need a lot of things. Data, you must need it. You must try as much as possible to make some trips because of team members that are doing well. It's very vital. You must pay for training, because if you don't pay, you don't pay attention. You must pay to learn from people who know the business. Achievers in your platform matters a lot. You don't joke with them. Anybody that have reached that level of achiever in your platform, go for some little training from them. If they are organizing training and they say pay.
Good morning, leaders. Good morning, partners. Good morning, prospects. Good morning, our special guests. Good morning, all and sundry. Thank you for joining us on today's CIG Sunday Night Live. My name is Simply Seton, and I'll be anchoring tonight. Well, the nugget we started with, that was from our 3SD. You can get that on YouTube. To do yourself more good, you can log in to YouTube, Long Reach CIG, subscribe there. There are loads of information for you there. Thank you for joining in with us. Wow. So tonight, our topic says, pitching your business with the Long Reach model, the Long Reach Den model. So we'll be taking through this training by Eduru Emmanuel Jr. And before he comes up, I'll read his profile. So Eduru Emmanuel Jr. had his bachelor's degree in medical radiography from University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Just recently concluded his internship with Nnamdi Azikiwe Teaching Hospital. That was like 3 years ago. While practicing his profession, he is a serial entrepreneur and a public health activist. He's the CEO of ACES Global Network, currently the Diamond 7 leader with Long Beach Bioscience International. He has trained and coached many to achieve success on the platform. He's a multiple trip and car awardee. He leads a team of about 8,500 in different countries around the world. He's the global chief servant of ACES team. He's been able to achieve the Egypt trip, the Dubai trip, Car Fund, USA, Canada, and the rest of it. Join me as I make a welcome to Emmanuel Eduru Jr. And I will mute everybody to just welcome him.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Now, please get yourself ready because I've had a snippet into the slide because I'm going to share the slide for him and he's ready to take us through on that. You're welcome, boss.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good to see you again today.
Good morning. You all are welcome to today's class. We'll be talking about pitching your long range business using what I call the long range dance model. Pitching is something that you will have to do every step of your journey with long range. Pitching is one of the most challenging parts for most partners because a whole lot is involved in professionally pitching your business for you to get the kind of results you want to get from the people you are pitching to. So let's go through the slides. The first thing we'll be talking about is what is pitching. When can you say you are pitching? One, whenever you are persuading someone to buy or give you something or make a business deal with you, you are pitching. It's not grammar. It's something we do every day. For us, network marketing is an everyday affair. As anytime we are presenting or we are helping people to make a decision or want to get them to invest in our business, we are pitching. Now, at what avenues can you pitch your business? It can be in a one-on-one interaction, or you can organize a home presentation where you address a group of people in a private home. It can be in a summit, it can be in a conference, it can be in a seminar, it can be in a hangout, it can be in an empowerment program or an online presentation like this one. In either way, you are pitching your business. It can also be in a WhatsApp group. You can pitch your business in different avenues. This training is actually pitching. Now, when you want to go prospecting or you want to go to pitch your business or your opportunity or your product to likely clients or investors or customers or partners, there are a couple of things you will need to do. The first thing you need to do is profile your prospects. Who is this prospect? What does he do? How old is the person? What is the person's gender? What could the person be interested in? Could he be interested in creating wealth? Or could he be interested in his health based on what I know about this person? Or is he a family person? Does the person have an occupation or business he's doing? And I want to offer a plan B for him or her. Is it someone I've observed that loves to have fun, live a good life? Is it someone that, is interested in making money? These are the questions you need to ask yourself before you go prospecting. You cannot have one line of presentation for every prospect you meet. You have to be ready. So first thing you do is profile. The next thing you do is you need to work on your knowledge base of the business you are into. What do you know about the network marketing industry?
What do you know about your company, the profile of your company? What do you know about your products? And what do you know about the compensation plan? So if you want to go perspective of preparation is to work on what you know. The next thing you need to look at is your appearance. How you look is how you will be addressed. Looking good is good business. You can't go talking to people about coming to live a good life and all of that, and you're looking like a nightmare. You can't do that. You have to look good. Even if you are not wealthy, that doesn't mean you can't look good. Look smart, look neat, look presentable. And that will help you in perspective. The next thing is your attitude, your mannerisms when presenting your opportunity. How together are you? How vocal are you? How intentional are you? How passionate are you when you are prospecting? You need to work on that. If you have a challenge with presenting passion when talking to prospects, you need to work on that, because if you want to pitch your business, you have to be prepared. The next thing is commitment. Commitment is very, 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 very important. One of the things that drives success in entrepreneurship is being able to set goals or make plans and go through with them. You want to talk to 10 people, you have to make sure that you plan to make sure they can commit to the 10 people a day quota that you want to do. Or you fix an appointment with someone, I'm supposed to meet you by 2 p.m. Be there before 2 p.m. That is commitment. Even if the person does not come, it doesn't matter. Commitment matters. Then laptop is very, very important. Having a laptop is very good for professionalism. So in case you're having a one-on-one presentation with someone and you want to show the person facts and figures, or you want to show the person slides, you have a laptop, it tells a whole lot about you. When I began my language journey, I didn't have a laptop, but I was able to borrow laptop from people when I was going prospecting. The reason is because I wanted to bring in a little touch of profession. I wanted to show people what I'm talking about. And laptop helps a whole lot. And then if you invite someone over to your home or to your office and you want to give refreshment, make sure that the language coffee is one of the things you are offering at that particular point in time. Yes, very, very, very important. It's part of the preparation. So if they're coming to you, make sure you have coffee to serve them. Fortunately, we have coffee everywhere. Next slide, please. Now you are prepared. You are prepared. The next thing you need to do is now dive into the business of the day. Your presentations. When you're trying to explain something, keep it simple and make your presentation smart and straight to the point. It's not the time to bore your prospects or your potential investor with bogus claims and the rest, or beat around the bush. Go straight to the point, strike the chords, hit the nail on the head as much as possible. In fact, one of the first lines I learned is Language is a platform where you can convert your expenses into investment with language. Whenever I see that people want to listen more, find out what I'm saying, that is being straight to the point. Be eloquent, be outspoken, be vocal. There's no room for shyness when you want to pitch your business. In language, we put our shame away and we go into business. Personally, I'm a shy person, but I wanted to make money. So for me to make money, I had to speak out. So always be eloquent. Command your words. Command your words. Be in charge. Don't talk as though somebody is pushing you to do it. Talk as though you are the one doing it. You are so convinced of what you're doing. And when you're presenting, be in command of your words. The next thing you need to have is great listening skills. For you to listen, you must engage your prospect or your investor. That means that as part of your preparation, you need to prepare questions that can bring out what the prospect is thinking at every point in time when you're making your presentation. Then listen to what they say, because it's from what they say that you can know how to tailor your presentation. Because there are instances where your prospect, from your conversation with the prospect, you will see that what you actually prepared initially will not work for this person. You have to adapt. So great listening skills is important if you want to be a great pitch. You want to be a great pitcher. Yes, you want to be a great pitcher. Demo, very, 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 very important. You can do your demos, flag demo, cup demo. Always have a sanitary napkin when you're going to go and pitch your opportunity. Always have a pie cup with you. The importance of demo is that demos can arrest people. It can arrest people's interest. It can arouse their interest. In fact, if it's possible, you can decide to start your presentation with a demo. Because when they watch a demo, they want to listen to you. Most times they will even clear their schedule just because they want to hear more. So work well, do your demos. Always go out with a demo in mind. I was with my team members in the Lele, that was last week, and I told them the importance of demos. Demos are necessary in our business. I can't count how many demos I've done since I joined Longbridge. It's beyond counting. Then product testimony. Very, 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 very important. It can be a personal testimony. It can be your family member's testimony. It can be your success client's testimony. It can be the testimony of anybody in the business. You should always be armed with testimonies. Let's take, for example, you want to pitch your products to someone, to a couple who are having issues with infertility. You need to go prepared. You need to have testimonies ready to deliver. Another very important one is financial forecast. Financial forecast tells people that you are trending. Financial forecast tells people that you know what's going on. How grounded are you with what's going on with the economy, what's going on in the world, statistics, as it may. Because most times, for people to take you seriously, your knowledge on financial forecast can actually go a long way in making them welcome and accept you. If you can successfully do all of the aforementioned bullet points that I just highlighted, your presentation will go smoothly, as simple as ABC. Next slide, please. The Longbridge Den model. Den, when you hear den, what comes to your mind? Perhaps Dragon's Den or Lion's Den. And for us who did biology, den is likened to your niche, your area of specialization. Now, it states that successful entrepreneurs need to have well-rounded personal skills. He called them the skills for success. And the best way to develop these skills is through learning by doing or experiential learning. I always tell people that in my journey in entrepreneurship, I was more of a doer than a talker. When I go and see the right things, I read the right skills I need to have, what I do is I go for the practical. I've been a practical person. So now, according to Dragon, this model, the only way you can be a professional or skillful at successfully pitching your business is if you have experienced at implementing the skills for success. You have to practicalize it. You have to do it to the point where you know them at the back of your fingers. What are these skills? These personal skills. 9 personal skills in the Longbridge Dance model, which you need to have. One is the self-awareness skill. Self-awareness. Who are you? Why are you doing this? Your why is the one thing that will keep you in this business. How often have you tried to get people to know your why when you are pitching, when you are presenting your opportunity? If you are skillful at presenting your why or telling your story and telling them why you're doing this business, it will help you to become a professional. Because when people hear your why, when people get to know who you are, why you do what you do, and how you go about it, it makes you in charge. One of our biggest tasks in this profession is to be solution providers. People who make money in entrepreneurship are people who identify problems and solve it. When someone has a family, that means the person definitely has certain problems he's trying to meet up with. So if you're skillful at hitting at that person's problems, the pain points, you can get them to do what you want to do. When you meet someone who is infirm, you need to be skillful at presenting your product and your opportunity and eventually highlight on their problems. Tell them how your product solve this problem. Tell them how your product can make their family to be financially free. Tell them how your product can be a source of sustainable plan B. Tell them how your products can take care of their health. If you are great at showing them how your product or your opportunity solves their problems skillfully, you'll be successful at pitching. The next thing is enterprise. Most of us don't know that we're supposed to approach our business model as entrepreneurs, as a business, as a personally owned venture, as owners of what we're doing, as being our own boss. The moment when you begin to beg off, the moment when you are not ready to make decisions and follow through on them skillfully, your prospect will know. Your prospect knows when you are taking something seriously because it's your own, your personal property. So you need to be enterprising. I need to do that skillfully. Another very, very important skill, personal skill you need to have is that of being a team player. In network marketing, we have what they call the upline and the downline relationship, and then you and your prospects relationship. How can you be a team player? As a downline, you don't need to always look down on your upline or feel that without your upline cannot be successful and so on and so forth. As a downline, the same thing. As an upline, the same thing. Treat people in the right way. When you are with the prospects, you need to get the person involved. Skillfully, let us do this. Let's do this together. Always have the we mindset, never the I, because there's no I in team. There's a way you approach someone, the person will know that you are inviting him to come and do an investment where you are going to do it together. So always bear that in mind. Business awareness, we have talked about that. What do you know about network marketing? You need to work on your knowledge of what it means to be a successful network marketer. And to be frank, to be candid. When it comes to pitching our business, prospects have a way of identifying someone who doesn't know what he's doing. Yes, or someone who doesn't even give an impression that if I partner with this person, it will really take me to where I want to get to. So you need to be skillful at showing people that yes, you are in control. You know what you're doing, and with you they are safe. They are safe. Very, 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 very important. Decision and judgment. One very, 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 very important skill you need to have is that of being great at making decisions, making good judgments. Very, very, very important personal skill you need to have. The reason why most of us are not making it big is because we have not become leaders yet. We have not begun to make decisions. We have not been able to analyze different scenarios and visualize which will work better. Exercising good judgment is also a very, very, very important skill you need to have. Communication. Regular communication between uplines and downlines, communication between partners and their prospects. You need to keep the communication lines open. Phone calls, WhatsApp conversations, video calls, and so on and so forth. Sharing files and all of that. Keep the communication lines open. In fact, when I was reading GoPro, one of the things I learned is that you need to have multiple exposures when you're trying to get someone to embrace your opportunity, not just one exposure. And the only way you can do that is through skillful communication, the right to communicate on different occasions. And if you can effectively communicate your opportunity over a period of time, you can actually get someone to make an informed decision, either to join you or not to join you. Technology appreciation. Skillfulness when it comes to using technology is also very, very, very good. So let's take, for example, social media prospecting, running ads, and when people get to you, what you do with them. you need to be skillful at it too. And self-management. Self-management is also very, 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 very important. People like to follow people who are focused, people who are serious, and also prospects like to follow people who are focused, who are serious, and also who is mindful of the fact that they have their own lives. This means that you don't need to be in their space all the time or come and take a hug their whole day. You need to be effectively, you need to be good at managing yourself to the extent of thinking in behalf of your prospect, because these are skills you will need to have if you want them to be comfortable with you and if you want your sales pitch to go successfully. Next slide, please. What are the benefits of the model, at least aside every other thing we have said before? If you can effectively apply the 9 skills that are needed to be successful at pitching the language dense model skills, what will happen is that at the end of the day, your knowledge of the business will be top notch. You will have great command of your business. And then also, you will discover your own personal skills. You see, we all have something unique in us. We have something to bring into the language platform, something we can discover, something inborn in us. I might not have it, but you have it. Now, when you become skillful at applying those personal skills, you will nurture the skills, your innate skills, the skills in you that makes you unique, that makes you stand out. The skills that makes you the real Emmanuel Eduru Jr. Those skills, they will come out naturally simply because you have tried to be a professional at something you might not initially have been good at. The next thing is that you will gain expert knowledge. Most of what I do today, I was not made this way. Fact research, this was not how I was created. I had to learn it, and I had to learn from the best. 3SD Eduru, 2SD Emmanuel Eduru, Eric Quarry, Business 21st Century. I learned from a lot of successful people. So when you put intense efforts into being skillful at pitching your business, you gain expert knowledge. And then your quality of thinking, your faculties will be put to the test. Yes. Because to be honest with you, when you learn something, you are not saying you have to tweak it a little. You have to adjust it a little to suit your interest, not to suit the interest of your prospects or your team members. So the language dense model can be broken into 3 major categories: the theory, the practical, and the feedback. What we are doing just now is just theory. The skills that we highlighted is just theory. Let me tell you, if you don't go out there and practicalize and put what we just discussed into work, you might not know how skillful you can become at pitching, how skillful you can be at managing yourself, at pitching your business and all of that. Now, when you are practicalizing what you learn, always watch out for the feedback. What was the result? What happened when I did this, when I did that, when I applied this skill? And the feedback will tell you if you need to adjust a little or you need to do more of it to get more results. Now, in conclusion, this is more or less like an assignment if you want to practicalize what you just learned now. Each time you are before a prospect, carry out a simple practical. And be open of what we just learned, be open for feedback. Most times you will discover that if you do it over and over again without much stress, you will see these people come on board your language business and your business empire will begin to grow and expand, making sales PVs will be generated as long as you learn by doing. One thing you need to take home from this training is the fact that according to the language dense model, these 9 personal skills, you will need to learn them experientially. You will need to learn them by doing. Take note. Thank you very much for being in this training.
Wow, 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 wow. That was superb. That was superb. Yes, I can see the chat popping up here. Yeah. I can see thumbs up. Good. Great. Wow. You have done justice to that in just a few minutes. Yeah, awesome. I know you are eager to say it. Yeah, so you can go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's FSD might do for you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I think he has the title of the Omonotomo one of the Eduru clan. Now, if you have question, if you can put it in the chat, I will try as much as possible to get few ones from the chat. And if you can come on camera, that would be nice. Get your hand raised and I'll ask you to unmute to ask whatever question. So we decided to come with a training today so that we'll get people impacted. Of the truth, we have various success stories with leaders on this platform, but once in a while, we want to come up with trainings like this and all that. So if you have questions for Eduru Junior, you can do that by raise of your hand or you put it in the chat. I will try as much as possible to read few ones. Now, let me ask you, you came on board this business, I heard, more or less like a borrowed fund of starter combo. Was it 9,800 then, or it was 8,200? I can't remember now. Now, what was the propelling force you had and pushed you to this present status of Diamond 7?
Okay. Yeah, most people have heard my story a lot of times. My story has been told a couple of times. I love the angle you are coming today. What was my driving force? To be honest, it boils down to self-awareness. My why was one of the most driving force. You know, when your why is so big, it's so big that it's beyond you, what will happen is, no matter how tough the journey is ahead, you will stay on track. Another important driving force for me on this journey was the fact that my upline and my grand upline, SD Emmanuel Eduru and 3SD Emmanuel Eduru, had amazing successes registered on this platform. So when I saw that they were succeeding, I knew that they knew something I did not know, and they were doing something which I wasn't doing. So what I did was I went very close to them, hung on to them, held them closely. If we're listening to the training between 3SD and Chasam before this presentation, he talked about standing on the shoulders of giants. The reason why we go far is because we have giants who are where we are and who we aspire to become or who want to look up to. I held on strongly as it were. I followed foolishly and it helped me to stay on track. Today, I am better off than where I was when I started.
Wow, that's a great one. Okay, I want you to do something for us in 2-3 minutes. And some may be on this call saying that he came in, how did he come in and all that. So I would just want you to run through the entry levels for us and for how people can come in on this platform while I wait for participants to drop in their question and or by raise of hands. So just give us this entry level in 2 minutes.
Okay. So the long reach business opportunity is an amazing opportunity and it's all about pitching. So at this juncture, I've been called upon to pitch to you. How can you get started? How you can get started with long reach is pretty easy. Irrespective of your country, you have a currency. Our own currency in long reach is PV. PV stands for product value. All you need to do is pick products worth a certain PV and you are good to go. The highest PV you need to start with is 1680 PV, followed by 720 PV, followed by 240 PV, followed by 120 PV, followed by 60 PV, and followed by 4 PV. Now, the PVs of our products determines your entry level. So if you're taking products in bulk, let's say what 60 PV and you're making the purchase in Nigeria in Naira, it is estimated that you will spend about 40 to 50,000 Naira, depending on the products you are picking. So all you need to do is pick a product that interests you, that you want to use to start, and you are good to go. The importance of entry level is this. Entry level does not determine how far you will go in language. Entry level determines how you earn per your activities. So if you started with a higher entry level, which is VIP, you earn maximum, you earn the maximal income. But if you began with a lower entry level, let's say Q Silver, you earn 8%. You are losing 4% to the company. As a gold, you are losing 2% to the company. As a platinum, you are not losing money in form of bonuses, but you are not getting shares. So, and we did not come on board Longreach. We did not come on board Longreach to leave any money on the table. So if you are on this call, you have been in the business and you are still below VIP. Work hard, make sure you upgrade yourself to VIP so you can earn maximally from Longreach. How do you build this business? The company says you need to pitch your opportunity to maximum of 3 people who will join the business directly through you. If you get excesses, what do? You begin to build under your success lines. That is how we work in Longreach. There's no pressure on how you do this business. If you want to be pitching your business to only 1 person in 1 week, it's up to you. But for most of us who intend to go far in this journey, we can pitch to 10 people in a day, as long as we are spreading the good news of Longreach. You grow at your own pace. You can easily become a leader. And if you're pitching your business and people are coming on board and you are steadily having patronages done in your network, courtesy of Longreach, you will earn on a weekly basis. And you can accumulate bonus points unlimitedly. That is how you start. This is the business structure. What I say, you pitch opportunity to people. If you can successfully pitch to 3 people and they come on board, teach them how to pitch their opportunity, the way you pitch your opportunity. Right, then you can begin to also pitch the opportunity to other people. That is what we do in network marketing. You tell somebody who tells somebody who also tells another person. If you're in the US, you can join our business. If you're in the UK, you can join our business. This is the US entry level. In Kenya, you can join our business. In Ghana, you can also join our business. Here's Liberia, Malawi, Cameroon, different parts of the world. South Africa, Italy, and so on and so forth.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm gonna look over the chat, seeing if I have any questions there. All right. Okay, someone is asking. I believe this person is new, and you have to. Well, let me say this. Most of in fact, virtually all the products of Longreach, they have their instruction on the pack. So this person is asking, do I use Arthro with food or on empty stomach? Now, how you use all the supplements of Longreach, whether the Arthro, whether the berry oil, whether the cordyceps militaris, whether the menjan, whether the libao, all Longreach supplements are on empty stomach. You, at least 30 minutes before food with warm water. So after you can take 3 in the morning, then at bedtime, maybe like 1 hour after food, at bedtime, you take another 3. Libao is just at night. So that answers that question because of our time. All right, trying to look. All right. Trying to look through if we have more. Okay. I think the presentation was straightforward and well guided, so people understood more. Thank you so much, Monitor. Now, I want to ask a question. Now, you've talked about how you were trying to run the business and all that. But some are on this call and they are just like, isn't it not as easy the way they are saying it? I've talked to people. Nobody is responding. Can you give one or two nuggets that could actually give that person courage to, or a strategy to help the person to pitch well?
All right. You need to come up with a system that will work for you, a system of recruiting that works for you. Even as much as trying to pitch opportunity, you need to come up with a system of recruiting that works for you. Personally, when I started my business, my system of recruiting was offline, person to person, school to school, house to house, street to street, shop to shop. I was a physical person. I'm more of someone who is in touch with my environment. Even if I'm a shy person, I never let that stop. But you need to come up with a system that gives you access to a lot of people. And then when you successfully begin to recruit people into your business, you need to come up with a system of education, training. When I recruited people into my business, at some point I created a chat room. I began to do trainings on a regular basis. I'll train on this product, that product, GoPro, Business of the 21st Century. I will personally call partners, ask them, read this book, share something I've learned, teach them how to do demos one-on-one and all of that. You need to come up with a system of education. If you can successfully educate the people you are bringing into this business personally without leaving them for your uplines. The mistake most success lines do, including most of my success lines, it's not only an external something, is that when they recruit, they leave it to the upline, who is meant to create a system of education for them. You need to have your own system of education. That's how you pay your dues. The importance of having a system of education is that when you educate your team properly, duplication will set in. They will begin to also recruit successfully the way you are recruiting. I also, personally, when I saw that my social capital was not working for me, what I did personally was that I decided to begin to tap into my success lines social capital. I begin to work with my own success lines. In this slide, I mentioned home presentation. Most of the time, most of the home presentations I did were not even in my own home. It was in my success lines home, in my success lines prospects home, because personally, I didn't have a good social capital when I started. So when I worked with my success lines to get into their own social capital, and it helped me grow my. These are just simple, basic strategies. But always make sure that you are ready to pitch. I had the knowledge, I had the vocalness, I had the confidence. So whenever I had an opportunity to speak, I was ready to speak. And eventually, people who worked with me when I started, a couple of them picked from me, and I successfully duplicated in them. So create a system for recruiting, educating, and duplication, and be a professional at them. Be proactive, manage yourself well, so that you go through on your plans. If you want to do a seminar, make sure you show up. If you want to go into a street, make sure you show up. If physical is not working for you, please go offline. Go offline. Go online, please. Go online. There are some people who physical is not for them. Online is for them. You can do both. But you will have a problem if you are not doing any of this.
Any of them.
Strategy for recruiting can be online using Facebook ads. Attend the class, learn how to do it professionally, and go all out.
Thank you so much. One last question. Now, I remember when we had Madam Eunice Aigbedion and FSD Dadipo Bodiadeoye, and they talked about your relational skill with them. And you mentioned it in your slide about attitude. Now, as a young entrepreneur, how was it like, or how are you trying to do it relating with grown-ups? In fact, some of them are grandmothers. What is the attitude displayed that earned you that relationship with those, in their decades? Let me put it that way.
All right. Personally, I had to grow up. There was no, this business was done successfully by advanced age persons who were experienced in relationships and all of that. So I had to stop being a young person for me to succeed in language. I had to become too mature for my age. I had to make friends with people who were way ahead of me. I had to try as much as possible to be as humble as I can be. I did not just make this my business partners. I didn't keep it as strictly business. When it comes to my relationship with my success lines when I started this business, I connected with them beyond language. Our 3SD calls it a very important team retention skills. I paid them visits. I went to see them, spent quality time, talk to them about life, see what's going on around them. And it made them to become relaxed, calm, and cool with me. At some point, I became a family member, not just an upline in the business. So when I worked on my relationship skills, not just with them, with their spouses, with their children, those I was privileged enough to know them to that extent, it helped with the business. It no longer became a language business, and it became a family business. So the relationship is very, very important. Building relationship with people who you are in business with, being interested in them personally helped me greatly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really thank you. Now, to get more of these tips or to replay it, you log into YouTube, Language CIG, subscribe there, and click on the notification to get notified when we upload our videos. Once again, I want to say a very big thank you to Emmanuel Eduru Jr. For coming out, teaching us with a great presentation tonight. Thank you, thank you. All right, the person is asking, how do we address conversion issue after educating people?
All right, there are two aspects here. You have, after pitching, because in our presentation, pitching, you pitch. Pitching is for prospects who you want to buy your products or who you want to become partners. And then educating, real education, is for people who have agreed to become language partners, get a code, probably join the chat group and attending Zoom meetings like this. Now you can achieve conversion in the two instances. If you have a WhatsApp group where you are educating prospects and you added prospects to that group and you did a training, you will need to do what I call listening to them. And the way you can listen to them is if you interact with them one-on-one. This means that after the training you did in the WhatsApp group, this is for prospects, so you go via inbox and follow up, interact with them, do phone calls and all of that. If you can do that, you will successfully see what their problem is, why they are yet to come on board, what is holding them back, what clarifications they need to do. They call that follow-up. So if you are still in the pitching, if you're talking about converting people who you have pitched the opportunity to, it's just through further communication and engagement with them. See what their challenges are and follow up on them. And then for the people who have registered in the business with you, I remember very well when I started building my team, you know, when I do a training in my chat group and post it, definitely not everybody goes to trainings. Not everybody reads to trainings. What I used to do was that after a training, let's say this evening after the training, let's have about 4 hours later or so, I will now begin to go via inbox to all my success lines and ask, hope you followed through on that training. Hope you followed through on that training. I was doing all of that. If you want to convert people, you need to engage them so that when you do a training, they follow up on it. Hope you are following up. I used to do this 30 days training. Whenever I do the 30 days training for my team, most of my success lines can vouch to it that if for any reason they come into my inbox or they call me or I call them, I will always chip in. Hope you are following. That's how you engage people. When you engage people, you end up converting them successfully. You convert them either to become partners or you convert already registered partners into becoming people who have duplicated because they follow through the limits.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope that answers your question, Stephen. All right, join us on Wednesday for product expose with seasoned trainers and health wellness coaches. And on Sunday, we'll meet again, Sergi Sunday Night Live. You don't want to miss that next week. I promise you that. Thank you so much and have a good night.